This is Will County's News Talk Sports 1340 WJOL. It's time for the Money Talk Radio Show presented by our friends at NuMark Credit Union. Today we're going to be talking about the Credit Union Youth Month, a sea of savings. More on that in a moment. We do want to remind you that at NuMark, they believe the process for getting a loan for your next car should be simple and stress-free. That's why they're currently offering auto loans for new or pre-driven vehicles with rates as low as 6.49 APR for 72 months with no hoops and red tape to work through. For more information, call NuMark Credit Union at 815-729-3211 or visit newmarkcu.org for more information. NuMark Credit Union, where they can help you get the car your dreams and reach your fantastic future faster. We are going to be giving away a $25 Visa gift card, compliments of NuMark Credit Union at the end of the program. How do you win, you ask? It's a good question. All you do is listen. The conversation I'm going to have with Mack Story, we're going to talk about setting goals for children, how to help children become more fiscally responsible. And he's going to say something between now and the bottom of the hour. I'm going to take that one thing. Well, he's going to say a lot of things, but I'll take one of the things and ask you in the form of a question. If you're the first correct caller on the Turk Furniture studio line at 815-254-7300, you are going to win a $25 Visa gift card, compliments of NuMark. Assistant Vice President, Branch Operations is Mack Story, and he's live on WJOL Radio. Hey there, Mack.
Hey, Scott. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for coming on again. Long time no talk. So April is...
it has been a while.
Yeah, absolutely. April's Credit Union Month. So tell us a little bit more about that. I'm sure events on a wide variety of topics throughout the whole month.
Yes. So April is Credit Union Youth Month. It's an actual nationwide initiative to get the credit unions to get their youth members to get excited about savings and start teaching them about finances and how to handle their credit and that kind of things. We've got some stuff going on throughout the month. Just pop in throughout, and we have different giveaways and different little fun things for the youth to do.
All right, so let's get into the topic of the day, Mack. It's important to start teaching kids about saving and financial responsibility at a young age. I mean, it's never too early.
You are right. It is never too early. When you start teaching them young, then they learn the importance of savings and that financial responsibility, and it'll set them up for success when they go to buy that first car or the home or even get their first credit card. Just by having that savings account kind of teaches them that responsibility of making sure you put a little aside each month, for yourself.
Right. Absolutely it is. And kids understand. I mean, there's plenty of different games you can play with them. There's plenty of different things that you can do. I mean, my daughter's a kindergarten teacher, and she talks about some of the games that they play with. It doesn't have to be money. It just has to be things that they can, they can collect. And the more that they collect, the bigger the prize they get at the end of the week. So that's a pretty good way also.
Yes.
Absolutely it is. Okay. All right. So, biggest financial challenges young people face as they grow older. What are some of those, and how can starting early help prevent these challenges? What do you see?
What we see a lot, especially with people who are turning 18, they're ready to buy that car, they're ready to, start their college or whatever. They're struggling because they don't have money. So by starting them at a young age to show them how to save money, when they get to that as they grow older, they'll have that safety net sitting there in that savings account to be able to purchase those things that they need and everything. And it's fun too. At the young age, they get to see that grow. And then when they're 16, ready to buy that first car, then they can help mom and dad do it. And mom and dad doesn't have to pay for everything, that kind of thing. Mom and dad might not even be able to pay for everything. So this is a way for them to buy that car and do the things themselves. And it gives them independence, financial independence.
Exactly. So let's talk about some ways parents can introduce the concept of saving to their kids in a fun and engaging way. What have you experienced over the years?
I would say most kids or some kids get an allowance. They have to do chores or something, or they get birthday money or holiday money and everything. Go ahead and teach them that a portion of that and set a percentage that can be, 5%, 1%, whatever you want it to be with your, child and everything. Set that aside, put that in the savings account, bring them into the credit union or bring them into their financial institution so that they get to actually make that deposit and they get to actually engage and be a part of it. And it's not just mom or dad going to the bank and putting it in the savings account. They get to see the process by going in and everything. And I know when I was younger, I loved going to the bank with my mom. I don't know why. I just enjoyed it. And now I ended up working here. So
yeah, absolutely. So let's get into some of these financial goals young kids can set for themselves or mom and dad set for them. Do you have some examples of goals a child could set?
Yeah, I would say make it fun because we know all kids want the newest toy. They want the newest gaming system or, the newest tennis shoes or sneakers, whatever they call them nowadays, and everything. Teach them how to save for that. Teach them how to put money aside each time they get that allowance or that birthday money. Teach them how to put that aside and save for a certain goal. And then when they got it, then they feel accomplished like they paid for it, and everything. Make it fun. Anytime they want something, even if it's a piece of candy or, a bag of chips or something, make it fun. Do you have any money for that? Or maybe I'll give you a couple of dollars to do it now. And then when we get to your savings account, you have to pay me back, that kind of thing. Just make it fun. And that way they get engaged.
Absolutely. We're talking to Mack Story today, NuMark Credit Union Assistant Vice President of Branch Operations. Credit Union Month, a sea of savings. And we'll have more information for you as we go along here. Difference between needs and wants to kids. I'm not so sure they know that there's a difference.
Yeah. It's hard to, when you're younger, it's hard to tell what the difference are, but be honest with your children. Let them know, like the needs, that's your mortgage, your rent, your car payment, your food, that's the things that you need to live and everything. And those wants, that's the stuff that you could do without for now and maybe have to save for it, like that gaming system or those new shoes, and everything, like put money aside to save for those. I actually call them necessities and niceties. The necessities are the ones that you have to have, and the niceties are the things that you want to have.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Mack, young people need to be taught the value of earning money. That will connect to their understanding of budgeting, probably.
Absolutely. Yeah, the value of earning money, it makes them feel in control of their finances. It lets them know that by doing something and you get paid for it, it's a sense of accomplishment. And then they can take that money that they've saved and then they can spend that on what they want to spend it on. So it feels like they've accomplished that goal.
Yeah. Let's move on from cash to credit. When should kids start learning about credit? And then parents obviously going to have to introduce the topic. What are some of the ways they can do that simply and clearly?
I would say around 13 or 14. That's usually when they start thinking about that car, and that car that they want to buy and everything. That's when you should start talking to them about how car loan works. You got to make that monthly payment. You've got to make sure that, you have the insurance for it and everything, and explain to them what credit is, and everything and how it works. Talk to them about it. Be honest. Be completely honest with them. Don't try to sugarcoat it, because we all know that you got to have credit as you get older, or you won't be able to buy a house or anything like that, and everything. So teach them young so that they know once they start getting that first credit card, when they turn 18, they know how to handle it and they don't get in that large credit card debt that a lot of younger kids tend to do. I, being one of them, have gotten out of it and everything, but it was, rough when I was younger. You think you have that credit card and, I can just go out and spend this money, but you do have to pay it back, that kind of thing. So start talking to them when they're younger and be honest. Show them your own finances. You don't have to get into the details or anything like that, but show them what you do and everything, and that way you lead by example.
Yeah, it doesn't help that when you're sitting there eating lunch at the college cafeteria, that Visa, Discover, MasterCard, and everybody's sitting in there going, hey, if you sign up for this credit card, you're going to get a month worth of Domino's pizzas for free. I mean, we're all in on that.
Right. Just make sure you look at the fine print and then know if you want to get a credit card, that's great. I think credit cards are good things to have, but you just need to learn how to handle it. Don't spend more than you make.
Matt, can you talk about some of the programs or initiatives that NuMark Credit Union has in place for young people to practice saving or managing money?
Of course. We have a new savers account. That's our 0 to 12-year-olds. It's a savings account. They can do CDs on it, and save money in there. Anytime they come in and make a deposit, we have a little kids safe that sits in our lobby at all of our branches. Once they make a deposit, they get a code and they get to go over and open the safe. And when they open it, there's toys and little giveaways and stuff like that in there that they can grab. And then when they turn 13, they get to convert it to a New Dreams account. That's for our 13 to 17-year-olds. And at 13, we actually will allow them to have a checking account. Parent or legal guardian has to be joined on the account with them. They can get a debit card, and then they learn how to spend and save with mom and dad's help.
Nice. Those are fun things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. What are some benefits a young person can experience by having their own savings account?
I think with me, it was when I was younger, it was independence, because it was like, that's my money. You know what I mean? I worked hard for this. I did my chores. I got my allowance, and everything. I worked hard for this. So it was independence and learning how to spend my money and not having to worry about anybody else telling me what to do with it as I got older.
Yeah, amen to that. Mack, in your opinion, what's the most important, the number one financial lesson that kids should learn by the time they're teenagers?
Saving. I honestly do believe, in my opinion, it is saving, putting money aside, don't spending every little penny you get. I was not that type of person when I was younger. As soon as that money, I got it, it was burning a hole in my pocket and I wanted to go and spend it. But I wish I would have saved more. I do that great now, but after learning a lot of lessons. But I think just making sure when you get money, putting a percentage of it in that savings account to save for those emergency situations or that rainy day, you want to go on a trip, save for it, put it in that savings account, and then watch that balance grow.
Yeah, I like that. And lastly, one piece of financial advice for kids, what would it be?
Learn credit early.
Yeah.
Because once you get that first credit card, learn how to take care of it and, pay it off each month if you can. Don't overspend, and don't worry about keeping up with somebody else, because you don't know what their financial situation is. So you focus on your own finances and you focus on what you have to do to make sure your debts and everything get paid.
Perfect. That's exactly right. One of the big things too, and if you were asking me that question, I know it's not necessarily for kids or anything like that, but start your 401k as early as possible. Even if you're making just a couple of bucks, start an IRA, do something like that, Mac. Because if you start early on, you're going to be way in front of the game. A lot of people maybe don't start till mid-30s or 40, and that's fine. That's great. But starting early is going to make a huge difference.
Yes, especially if you want to retire early.
Yes, absolutely so. Mac, thank you, my friend. We appreciate it. And go to NuMarkCU.org to get more information on a Sea of Savings Credit Union your Youth Month right now at NuMark Credit Union. Mac, you take care of yourself, buddy. Have a good rest of the day.
Thank you, Scott. You too.
All right, you bet. Well, there he goes, Mac Story. He is the Assistant Vice President of Branch Operations. A lot of good stuff there. A lot of good stuff there. Boy, I'm trying to think. I'm going to do this one. What age did he say you should introduce your child or grandchild to credit? He said a certain age, and it was because of something that was coming up in a couple of years that they're probably interested in getting. 815-254-7300. That's 815-254-7300. That is the phone number. What age? There's actually two numbers he threw out there. So let's see if we can't get a winner. Ed is on the Turk Furniture studio line. Good morning, Eddie.
Hi.
What age did he say about introducing kids to credit?
13 years old
Yes.
to start their savings and their debit, and they can get a debit card with their savings account.
You are one of two things, or maybe both, Mr. Ed. You are either really smart or a very good listener. Which one?
Both.
I like that. Eddie, congratulations, bud. You got yourself a $25 Visa gift card. Compliments of NuMark Credit Union. You know where the NuMark is in Crest Hill, do you not?
Yes, I do.
All right, just stop by there anytime. You can go today, but give them a couple hours to get everything's processed, or you'll be really safe if you go in tomorrow or any day thereafter. Make sure you bring your ID and show them who you are, and you got yourself a free $25 Visa gift card just for being smart and a good listener. Well done, my friend.
Thank you.
You've been listening to the Money Talk Radio Show. I want to remind you, at NuMark, they believe the process for getting a loan for your next car should be simple and stress-free. That's why they're currently offering auto loans for new or pre-driven vehicles with rates as low as 6.49% APR for 72 months with no hoops and no red tape to work through. For more information, call NuMark Credit Union at 815-729-3211 or visit newmarkcu.org for more information. NuMark Credit Union, where they can help you get the car of your dreams and reach your fantastic future faster.